Visions aren't about the messenger or even the message. They're about the receiver. Quote, Hawkeye. Ultimate Hawkeye targets Captain America. Hawkeye no more. Not for long. A new challenger approaches when an unknown civilian picks up a discarded bow and arrow and refuses to let the Ultimates reclaim the stolen Stark tech. Captain America tries to settle the dispute, leading to an action-packed brawl of arrows versus shields. Meanwhile, the Ultimate Hellfire Club is up to something. Ultimates Volume 4, Issue 5. At the secret Stark satellite, the Triskelionian, Tony Stark says, Steve, we've got a problem. Captain America responds, I'm listening. Iron Lad mentions a Roxxon pipeline was catastrophically compromised in 4 places, then another incident, another Roxxon plant destroyed. And only 1 month ago, a Roxxon refinery melted to slag. The workers describe seeing arrows flying through the air just before the explosions. Captain America replies, all that with arrows? I'm impressed. Iron Lad says, not arrows, a cutting-edge, self-printing, smart projectile weapon system of my own design. Captain America replies, arrows. Iron Lad continues, I took a shot, but the man who was supposed to be the hero, Hawkeye, rejected our offer. We see Clint Barton leave the outfit, the arrows, and the technology behind in a trash can, which some random passerby picks up. Captain America says, Tony, I'm not seeing the problem. This is what we wanted. Citizens taking up arms against the council, its allies, its infrastructure. Iron Lad responds, between running operations, Gamma Island reclamation, and repairing the Human Torch, I've been swamped, but I finally had a chance to run this person's numbers. It doesn't look good, Steve. Their heroism score was the bottom 10th percentile, and on the villain potential index. Captain America interrupts, some things aren't captured in numbers, Tony. I thought you learned that after what happened last time. Iron Lad says, that's exactly why we have to get these weapons back. I can't be responsible for any more unnecessary death. I can, Steve. Captain America questions the potential of these arrows, but Tony Stark explains to Steve Rogers, but these arrows can follow a target for 40 miles, cut through angles at 3 times the speed of sound, blow holes in battleships, and fry every electronic device within 200 yards. A properly trained man can take out an army with those arrows, Tony says. Iron Lad adds, please, Steve, America's on a mission in Eurasia with Giant Man and Wasp, following a lead on another trapped hero. Thor and Sif, well, I don't know where they are. She-Hulk will only leave her island for direct strikes against the Council or rescue missions. And Doom? Doom is Doom. I need your help. I took a shot, Steve. I took a shot and I missed. Steve Rogers replies, I'll take care of it. A diabolical genius known as the Maker used time travel to create his ideal Earth by systematically preventing anyone from ever becoming a superhero and by establishing a secret council of supervillains, the Maker's Councils, that rules the worlds from the shadows. But now the Maker is gone, locked away for the next 14 months by inventor Howard Stark. Howard's teenage son Tony has taken on the codename Iron Lad and begun recruiting a network of heroes to fight back against the Maker's Council and prepare for the Maker's return. Though some of Iron Lad's recruitment attempts failed, as would-be heroes rejected the secret identities and double lives that he offered the Ultimates, resistance force grows. The new Hawkeye, Charli Ramsey, was a member of the Ogala band of the Lakota Nation, a Native American tribe. Raised by a father who spent his time watching classic Western movies, Charli grew up resentful of the world around them, particularly the treatment of their people by Roxxon Energy partners. In January 2024, Charli discovered discarded equipment meant for Clint Barton, a would-be superhero archer who ultimately declined the offer. Ramsey retrieved the bow and arrows, listened to a recorded message from Tony Stark, and saw it as a vision of their destiny. They adopted the name Hawkeye and took up the mantle. At the Roxxon refinery, 15 miles from the Missouri River, Captain America finds a new Hawkeye. The new Hawkeye aims a repulsor arrow at Captain America and says, so they sent a cowboy, huh? Captain America wants to talk to the new Hawkeye. He says, Charli Ramsey, you know why I'm here. The new Hawkeye responds, you're one of the Ultimates, so I don't know. Here to blow up a school or something? Captain America replies, no, I don't think you know us. We don't do that. Besides, blowing up things Up seems to me your thing, as a gesture towards the refinery. The new Hawkeye goes on the offensive, firing the repulsor arrow and says, "Draw, cowboy." Captain America maneuvers out of the way and responds, "I'm a captain, actually." Hawkeye says, "Nah, you're a cowboy. Gary Cooper looking, and I'm the Indian. You know what that makes us? Enemies." Captain America replies, "Sure, I get the reference," as the repulsor arrow loops around and hits Captain America's shield, knocking him to the floor. Captain America gets up and Hawkeye says, "I know all about cowboys. My dad used to love these old movies. I've seen them all, and they were all the same. Cowboys killing Indians. Cowboys killing Indians." As Hawkeye fires a sonic screamer arrow, the piercing sound makes Captain America's ears bleed. Hawkeye continues, "Everybody cheers, but I love them too. It's messed up, but I love them too." Despite being Native American, the new Hawkeye has a complicated admiration for cowboys. Captain America gets up again and says, "Stop. I didn't come here to fight you. I just need these weapons back. They're dangerous, and you can't be older than 16. Hawkeye replies, "How old were you when you put on the suit and took a stand?" With an arrow aimed at Captain America's head, he continues. Captain America responds, "What do you know about this suit or what it stands for?" Hawkeye says, "I guess for you and me. Different things." Hawkeye says, "So what? You get to be a hero. Tony Stark gets to be a hero. The guy who threw all this stuff away, he gets to be the hero. But me, I don't meet a criteria. I fail a test or something." As Captain America thinks, he realizes that Hawkeye makes a lot of sense with the arrow pointed right at the A on his head. Hawkeye continues, "We always fail their tests. Their math never works out in our favor." Hawkeye takes out a cluster bomb arrow and says, "You know what they do? These Roxxon Energy partners, they do whatever they want." He fires the cluster bombs and explosives occur everywhere. Captain America jumps high into the air to get away from the blast. Hawkeye says, "They flood the plains. They dig up our sacred ground. They foul the water. They build these refineries and pipelines like the great black snake our stories say will end everything. They take the whole world hostage, and then we protest. When we stand up, they kill us or throw us in jail or force us from our land." As Hawkeye takes out a knockout gas arrow, a freeze arrow, and acid arrow, Captain America managed to evade, jump away, and use the shield to get out safely from all those arrows. Hawkeye says, "And so, yeah, we have to fight. We have to. Roxanne and the North America Union, the United States of America, it's all the same. Cowboys and Indians, trust me. These weapons, this life, it's a burden. You don't have to take it on. I do. I have a vision. It was meant for me." As Hawkeye takes out an inertia-canceling arrow, Captain America throws a shield, which falls to the ground. Hawkeye continues, "I saw the boy in the light. I heard what he said. Protect the innocent, save lives, and inspire the citizens of the world to be their best selves. I had the vision." This Hawkeye saw the vision of Clint Barton turning it down, and Tony Stark giving a holographic message to Clint Barton. And this Hawkeye wanted to protect the innocent, save the lives, and inspire the citizens. Captain America says that was just Tony, and he was talking to someone else, a potential hero named Hawkeye. Hawkeye responds, "I know." Hawkeye then says, "I'm the member of the Ogala band of the Lakota Nation. My government name is Charli Ramsey, but my spirit name, my true name, is Charlie Hawkeyes." Charlie then takes out an industrial taser arrow, and with Captain America's shield on the ground, he avoids the arrow. Hawkeye continues, "You see, it was meant for me. You can't take it. I won't let you." The arrow boomerangs back right into Captain America's back, sending a shock through his system. Hawkeye shoots a razor arrow, which cuts through a pipe and says, "The ones who made this world didn't make it for people like me. So sometimes you see something, an old movie, a vision, or a symbol, and even though it wasn't made for you, you made it yours anyway." Then Hawkeye sends a Nero distributor arrow, which Captain America breaks in half. Hawkeye continues, "Because if you don't, how else are you going to be anything in this world they made? I'm not stupid. I've seen Star Wars. I know it wasn't a script or something, just some arrogant kid, but it was my vision because I decided it was." Hawkeye then arms the hunter-killer arrow and aims it at Captain America. Captain America grabs the arrow out of thin air and breaks it. Hawkeye says visions aren't about the messenger or even the message. They're about the receiver. Captain America responds, enough, but Hawkeye continues, I don't care if I had to dig my destiny out of a dumpster. It's still mine. The shield then connects with Hawkeye, dropping him to the ground for the first time. Hawkeye says, just like the movies. Cowboy wins, Indian dies, everybody cheers. Captain America offers his hand and says, no one's dying and that's not cheering. Get up and use those eyes. Captain America respects the new Hawkeye and understands his point, but ultimately Captain America wins the battle. Hawkeye starts scanning the perimeter and notices some really big bad guys approaching. Captain America says, I try to tell you what you're doing is dangerous. That's the Roxxon cleanup crew coming to erase us like a couple of carpet stains. Mercenaries. Basically, Roxxon hires them to secure mining operations and locations with high levels of local instability. I heard they were instrumental in putting down the savage land revolt of the 70s. I've been reading up on history. As the Roxxon cleanup crew moves in, Hawkeye says there's 1,000 of them. Captain America responds, someone once told me that with proper training, an operator could stop a small army with those weapons you're holding, so I hope you've been practicing. Captain America and Hawkeye go to battle against 1,000 Roxxon mercenaries. The Roxxon mercenaries have heavy artillery, tanks, and helicarriers, dropping soldiers to defeat Captain America and the new Hawkeye. Despite the overwhelming odds, they fight relentlessly, taking down the countless mercenaries. Captain America says, not bad. Hawkeye, not bad at all, as all 1,000 Roxxon cleanup crew mercenaries lie defeated. Captain America says, we should get out there. More will be coming. Hawkeye replies, what about our fight? Don't you want your arrows back? Captain America says, no, I was never going to take them back. I just wanted to be sure before I told Iron Lad. Hawkeye asks, what are you going to tell him? Captain America says that he didn't miss. Captain America adds, hey, is your spirit name really Charlie Hawk's Eyes? Hawkeye responds, you white people believe anything. Emmanuel DaCosta says, unbelievable. What are you going to do about this? I don't mind so much they broke the neck of the gold Iron Man of Midas. In fact, I thought it was quite funny, but now they're affecting my bottom line. Banner and I can't have that. Roxxon is a vital part of my portfolio. Who is Emmanuel DaCosta? Emmanuel DaCosta was the leader of the South American Society, one of the 7 sovereign bodies whose combined power governed the entire world. In turn, DaCosta was part of a secret council of world leaders under the leadership of the world's Imperator, the Maker, who orchestrated geopolitical conflicts and alliances to rally their citizens together under a common cause. Emmanuel DaCosta was present at the Maker's castle in Latveria after a summit of the world's leader was interrupted by an army of super soldiers from the future sent by the warrior Kang to kill the Maker. He made acquaintances with a new member of their alliance, Howard Stark, introducing him to different members and eventually helping explain the insidious workings of their secret society. After Stark betrayed the Maker, trapping him inside his headquarters, the city, as it closed itself off from the rest of the world, DaCosta and the rest of the Cabal gathered to discuss their course of action in light of the Maker's absence, agreeing to wait 2 years to see if the city opened up. He was later among the world leaders contacted by Henry Dugarry after an encounter with Stark's son Anthony and his allies and learned of their efforts to dismantle their operations. Bruce Banner, then Hulk, places his massive hands on DaCosta's shoulder, showing him who's really in charge, and says, calm down, DaCosta. You agreed to defer to me in this. Do you doubt my strong and steady hand? I have studied these ultimates, their strengths, their weaknesses, their disharmonious ideas. They use advanced dark stealth technology. Their true identities are closely held secrets. If we crush 2 or 3, the others will go to the ground and gather strength in the shadows. The ultimates operate as insurgents. You can't destroy an insurgent piece by piece. DaCosta then says, so what do you propose? The Hulk responds, very simply, I'm going to kill them all at once. The Maker returns to Earth 616 in 13 months. Next, Ultimates, Volume 4, Issue 6.